All right.
All right.
Just started.
It's like, yeah, great take, team. Let's
get started. All right, now, everybody, welcome to the podcast. This is my episode 1. It's the first time we've ever done it, and I know it's gonna be some very special stuff because it's gonna give all you guys a chance to hear personal, real knowledge from people who been through college and all this stuff. But today we got our special guest, Lysandra.
Yes.
And we definitely appreciate you for coming and showing up today for us. But I just got to ask you first of all, like, how are you doing today? How you doing?
I'm actually doing great. Woke up early, drank my coffee. Just doing great. Now I'm here.
I feel it. That you had you some coffee today?
No, I didn't have no coffee today. I had some OJ this morning, bro.
Nice.
After being sick, I needed them vitamins, bro. I had to get that.
You see how you looked at him, Jamarcus, that he said, OJ. What's wrong with Jamarcus?
That's
He
just
has
orange juice,
Gatorade.
bro. Come on
He's
now.
good.
He said
What
just
the hell?
orange. Look, you see how he looking at you, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's Monster or nothing.
That's just fire. That's just
Monster.
No,
Ew,
I cannot.
I can't.
What?
I hate the smell of Monster.
I hate the smell of coffee.
That's just sick.
I don't like coffee.
Oh.
Anyways, guys.
You don't want
Jamarcus,
You don't like the smell of coffee, bro?
I don't like the anything of coffee.
Why?
I don't like any of it. I told you about the time my mom made me
Anyway.
walk out.
Anyway, we about to have to get on there.
We're gonna have
I
to
don't know
restart the
which one came
recording.
first, bro. Next question.
See, I can see how easy we can just go in and dive on topics about something completely different.
Let's just make a whole podcast about coffee.
we could at one point. After that conversation, we could. But
Whole argument.
I bet.
Coffee
It's not an
or
argument.
no
Coffee's
coffee.
just not good. It's just not. It's bitter and gross. I don't like it.
You don't know how to make it.
breaking up
then.
after 3 years. I'm sorry.
I don't care. It's not coffee. I'm not doing coffee. It's Monster nothing.
we about to get serious, yo. Already, I can see.
Break up on podcast, not clickbait?
Look. The entire podcast, as y'all can see from the title and thumbnail, is really, other than giving y'all major college advice, we're going to be diving into how Lysandra manages doing college classes, being full-time college student, having 2 businesses, nail thrift businesses and all that stuff. Yeah, look, hard. And with managing her social medias and all that, but which is crazy how she they do that. That's amazing, yo. All right, bro. My hat's off to her being able to do that. But before we continue to get into that, I just want to get to know her. You know what I'm saying? So everybody can get to know her at the same time. And next is how are classes going for you so far?
Classes are doing good. I think it takes a long time for me to adjust myself to a new schedule each semester. So it's been rough, I would say, these past 3 weeks. But it's going good. I like my classes. I didn't drop any of them, so it's good.
Oh yeah, she said she ain't dropping nothing.
You got any mind that you might drop?
Yeah, there is one. The grades are only 4 tests. So, each one is, 20%? So, 4 tests plus the final, so 20% each test.
Oh, yeah.
So, if I mess up one, I mess up my grade.
You don't get a drop?
No.
Damn.
It sounds like my human resource class. Yeah, I know.
That's tough.
Yeah.
My teacher's, depends on, he might drop the lowest test.
I wish. No, this one is he makes us do homework, but it doesn't count for our grade.
What?
Yeah.
So he checks it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's...
We have to hand it
What?
in. We have to hand it in.
But not great.
What happens if you don't turn it in?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
I don't really know.
You lose
What? You're
points
gonna take
or
off
what?
a grade? Do you take off points? What points? Zero.
It's
I'm not
probably cumulative. He's just checking to see if you actually did it consistently, and then he'll just give you a grade based off of that.
Yeah, but that's also still crazy because she says that he doesn't count homework as a grade too, which is
Yeah, maybe not in each individual homework, but collectively, he'll probably be okay, you participated.
Is there a percentage on your like syllabus that says anything about homework?
Just 4 tests plus final. That's
I don't know. I'm sorry.
So
That's crazy.
That doesn't work then.
Maybe I get extra credit. That's why I'm gonna do it. You know, maybe
Well, he
I
would
get
have
some
said
extra
that though.
credit
He
for
would have
my
been like,
test.
"Yeah, do this for extra credit." He
Yeah.
wouldn't just be like, "You got to do it."
Yeah.
See that again.
They offer like 3 points towards your final grade for that shit.
Oh, again, professors literally can rule classes however they want. That just goes to show, bro.
Yeah.
They can do whatever they want.
Now, my intro to marketing professor, she was like, "I'm going to take attendance 3 times this semester, and if you're not there for 2 of those times, you fail." Like just straight up, she'll just drop you from the class. And I'm like,
Better go to class.
You're gonna be over there bright and early.
Ooh.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. Well.
Was it an 8 a.m.?
no, it was a 9 a.m.
Oh, that ain't bad.
Those are not bad.
Maybe not for you who wakes up at the crack of dawn. But for me, I wake up
It's
at
hard,
noon
yeah.
if I could.
That former
7:30.
boy.
It's
Fucking
not
rooster
that
time.
Not rooster time.
What?
He be up for the rooster.
7:30 a.m. is not that bad.
Wait, what
7:30 a.m.
They be
Oh, that's
cockadoodling.
not bad. I
No,
wake
that's
up
not
at that
bad.
They
time.
be cockadoodling at that time.
I hear
Bro, we used
roosters
to
and
get up at
stuff.
5:30 for the
Yeah.
entire semester. We
Yeah,
got up at 5:30.
You're right, but we talk about you though. We make fun of your
Ooh.
schedule.
Building fences, digging ditches, bro. Crazy.
Man,
See, I swear I could go into so many topics about these. I was about to go back into it when they were beefing with each other.
Bro,
Bro.
talk to you like that,
no,
bro.
we ain't gonna get into
See, I was
that.
about to
That's way
listen.
too far back. We're getting off topic.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, you can get some straightening though.
Straightening. Nah, bro.
Objection, Your Honor. Conjecture. I'm not a Brewster kid.
See, bro.
I hate it.
No, bro, we gonna stop it, bro. 'cause
It's fine. I'm with you. He doesn't like coffee, so like.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's
He
gonna
ain't
set
got
the
that.
tone. And
Yeah.
he's never gonna be on my side because I don't like coffee. Man,
Yes.
Until
hearts
you
are gonna
replace the broom,
explode.
then you can speak.
What?
Oh yeah, the
You gotta
broom.
replace that broom.
See, yeah,
So
broom
we
was
Replace the
messed up.
broom.
Yeah,
There's
but-
nothing wrong with the broom.
Look, bro.
There's nothing wrong with the
That
broom. I
broom
just
was-
screwed it. That's it.
Bro.
It's not even a screw on. You just pull
messed
it
up,
off. It's
bro.
not even a screw on it.
You were gonna hit me with a dog leash.
You picked up the stick first. What are you talking about?
It was a preemptive thing. We don't make guns after we get shot, do we? No. We
Oh my god.
make the guns so that we don't get shot, right?
I was sitting on the couch eating. You
What?
picked it up and said you was gonna
You
hit
see
me.
how it
What?
was?
This is off topic.
See, little, you was stuck. I can see how.
You trying to bring house problems to the podcast?
From
dog.
I'm not
classes
doing-
to
Y'all brought the broom. I didn't, bruh.
Like, no, you took it apart.
We're 3 minutes in, and I've been attacked for not liking coffee for the broom.
It's
This is
valid.
crazy. This is real
We'll
fucking.
circle back to the coffee thing upstairs.
They've been on you. They've been
Bro.
on you. They've been
It's like 4 versus 1.
Oh no!
You the problem.
How am I? What?
You the problem. 4 to 1.
Bro, all right,
So
look.
from classes to you're the problem.
Yeah, no. Let's continue.
Oh,
All right.
whole fucking.
Thank you everyone for watching.
It's a whole Dr. Phil segment. Crazy.
Look, all right.
I knew how this was gonna go, and I still sat
This
down
is
here.
too
And was like,
funny, though.
"Yeah, dope. We're gonna talk."
Really a trap. Not about college.
It was
at all.
an
It's about
intervention.
you.
Yeah.
Intervention about you.
Shit.
Look, all right, Alessandra.
Okay.
Will you tell everybody where you were from? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, I was born in Puerto Rico, and then I moved here at 17. So I decided to come to Georgia Southern just because I wanted a better education. Over there, the education system is not that great, I would say. So if I'm like from Georgia, technically from Statesboro, but yeah, I'm from Puerto Rico.
That's cool.
Yeah.
what made you come to Georgia Southern though?
So I always tell this story in my tours because I'm a tour guide here. And the day of my graduation, they offered me a scholarship in-state tuition because I applied to so many colleges in the U.S., but they were like too expensive for me until they offered me like an in-state tuition, and that's how like I decided to come to Georgia Southern. So
That's cool that Georgia
it's-
Southern offered that to you.
Yeah. It was a big difference. So I think if I was an outstate student, it would be $36,000 to $40,000 a year. Yeah. Now
God.
I think around what I pay is like
Just a year?
$5,000.
A year?
Jesus.
Good Lord.
Yep.
That's my whole.
Imagine that.
That's how much I owe now. She said 1 year, Jamar.
Yep.
1 year, bro.
Accounting major, do the math.
I can't do it. I use Excel.
He said I do.
Scientific calculator upstairs for a reason.
We have
That's a
phones, big dog. You don't need a scientific calculator for that shit.
See, that's how we get
See,
on.
see, that's what you
Out of
know.
turn,
That's
right
how it goes.
You just sit there and nod and be
That's
okay.
what you
Just
know.
nod your head, bro. That's all you got to do.
All right, well, look, because we definitely gonna get more into this. Yo.
Yeah.
Let me get through this. How is
Shit crazy, bro.
how is Statesboro compared to Puerto Rico?
That's
I feel that's a
ooh.
good question. How is it?
It's very different. I would say this is weird, but there's less trees. So back home, there's trees everywhere. So like in the summer, even though it's like 90 degrees, it's very cool. You can feel the breeze. It's hot here, like humid, hot, disgusting.
Oh, yeah. You can step out the front door and feel it hit your face.
Yeah, it's and then when it's cold, I'm not used to that because it's like 90 degrees every day in my entire life. So when I moved here, the weather was different. In terms of culture, I would say I don't want to be mean, but here people keep it to themselves. Like back home, everyone says good morning to everyone. So we say
You look sideways if you do that here.
Man, we
Yep.
can't even say that to each other in the room. So now,
like it's normal to say good morning, good night. Hope you're having a great day. Just randomly to someone random.
Yeah, I'll just walk down the stairs. I'll like nod at Jamar. Shut up. Like,
Whoa.
Bro.
Beep.
Whoa.
But yeah.
You gotta take 10. Take 10.
Jesus.
Well, yeah, look, I wish we had someone with that experience to bring that to our house because the negativity here is just,
Wow.
it's a dark presence. You probably felt that as soon as you walked in the house. It's just dark.
Forget about Dr. Phil. Dr. Lisandra's here. I'm just here to resolve everyone's
shit.
problems in this house.
It's just a dark presence. We don't ever
Got
get a good
it.
morning.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, what is your major? Would you like to tell everybody about your major?
Yeah, I'm doing marketing and a minor in management right now. That's what I'm doing. I think I'm going to do sales. I'm just not sure yet because I'm just trying to know more about the sales side and marketing.
All right. And what year are you? Junior, correct?
I'm a junior, yes.
All right. That's what's up. And how many credit hours are you taking this semester in class?
All right, bro.
This semester I'm taking 16 credit hours,
Mm.
just the usual like amount they suggest. And then just extracurricular activities and stuff like that I'm doing.
So what, you got like 6 classes?
Yes,
Yeah,
6
okay.
classes right now.
Same, man.
In biology for some reason. I don't know, but
Yeah, see, me and you were taking this. I'm taking 16 credit hours right now as well
Mm-hmm.
for 6 classes. And one of them is my capstone class because I'm getting ready to graduate in
yeah.
May. So trust me, I know how that is with 16 credit hours. All
Yeah.
right. But now it's time to get more into the podcast, man. It's time to get a little bit deeper into it. You feel me? And before we do that, Justin, you'll make sure Daniel can be seen if you don't mind. Is Daniel?
Nah, bro. You
Come
gotta be
on.
He's been out of frame the entire time.
You good? You good?
Oh,
good.
shit.
Damn. Hater, bro. I told you, bro.
Oh, that's good, bro. That just discredited everything you just said. No one can see you.
Get your ass hit with that broomstick, bro.
And the broomstick that's broken.
You
Yeah.
see the negativity I deal
I
with every day.
see.
Every day.
There's a
Don't
lot
act
of
like you're not a
tension
part
going
of
on.
it. big dog.
So
Don't
much
act like you're
tension.
not a part of it.
So much tension.
They bring it to my doorstep. They bring it to my room. I
To your doorstep. You instigate.
We all
I
live
just be
here,
chilling.
man.
I just be, yeah, but that don't mean I start the stuff. Y'all started. I just be chilling.
There's been times where like you've poked and prodded a little bit to get a reaction on me or Dan, and
I don't recall.
it just snowballs.
I bet you don't recall.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What's that next question?
I didn't deny.
All right, so give us a little bit more information on the 2 businesses that you got.
Okay, yeah.
Like with the names and what you do and all that.
Mhm.
Would you be kind enough to do that for us?
Yeah,
Tell us
so I have 2 businesses right now. One is Thrifty Nails, where I sell like nail polish. It's more towards like, I guess young adults or working class, like women in the working class. It's basically nail polish, nail strips. So if you guys want to try, I can bring like samples. We can try it out together. That would be so fun.
Oh my God, Ethan, this will be perfect.
No, I have small hands. So
Perfect.
those dainty fingers. That'd be fun though, like working on my computer. Like,
Your hands might be about the same size.
that you know, like such shit.
My hands are
They're
tiny.
Your hands are about the same size.
No,
bro.
they're not. They're not that
Y'all
size.
hands are about the same size, yo.
No.
Bro, everybody gonna be.
Y'all ain't got to
calling
touch, but look, put your hands up. Y'all
Oh,
ain't
he
gotta
put
touch.
his hands up. He got baby hands.
Look at that. Look at
No,
that.
mine's-
Oh my god.
My hand is tiny.
Yeah.
I've been gifted with this tiny
All
hand.
right, let's look at y'all hands. Let's see.
Uh-oh.
Same difference.
Oh,
Hey, he got
Oh,
no country
no.
stone
The
fingers.
bear claws.
Holy, he got no claws.
That shit.
No wonder you can't play guitar, bro.
Shit.
Y'all just sending shots, bro.
Just don't practice enough, bro.
It's just a roast, bro. What y'all doing?
I'm okay with it.
Court
My dad's hands are small
Yeah,
too,
miss me
so I'm fine.
Don't be moving the cord too much. It messes with me. Do you have any help running those
Crazy
business?
as fuck.
No,
Just
I
crazy
did not
as
mention
fuck,
the second
bruh.
one. Is that fine?
What the fuck?
Oh, you did not?
Yeah.
I
only mentioned
You can. You can mention that one.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's for you. Yeah, you can probably, some people can watch, you know, they might want to check out your business.
The other one is Thrifty Supplies. I don't know what I have with that Thrifty name. I like it, so I'm just gonna keep that brand going. And I just sell like supplies for small businesses, especially for people back home. So it's in Spanish because they can't access stuff here in the U.S. So I just made it a business out of it.
So what, you resell clothes? Is that what you said?
I just resell, like, let's say, you know, like some women make lip glosses, so I sell the little bottles because they don't like, suppliers don't ship it to Puerto Rico, so I just buy them and then sell them for higher price and stuff like that.
For sure. Angela wants some. I got the customer right here.
For
Yeah.
what, bro?
So they don't have access to that.
Instant.
Puerto
Sometimes
Rico.
they don't. Mm-mm.
So would you say like philanthropy is like a big part of like being a business for you? Like giving back is just as important as making money for you?
Yes. Obviously, I'm not giving them money, so I don't know if I count it as a philanthropy. I can't say the word.
Yeah, I can't either. I'm just
I
saying
can't
it's
say
bad
that.
because like you giving them access to a resource that they didn't have access to.
Yeah.
Before. Even though they have to pay for it, but
No,
you're
definitely.
providing that option.
No, yeah. So I guess, yeah, I do give them options so that way they all have like unique features and products in their business. And I tend to do it limited amounts. So they go sold out really fast because let's say yesterday I brought new bags to like put stuff in, and they're sold out today because I do limited amounts just because I want everyone to have different products in their business, and they can't access it. So I have a benefit towards that now that I live here.
Okay.
Where do you normally buy from?
I can't say because
Oh, okay.
they're recording.
I got
So
Oh, the plug. He was coming out.
My bad, never mind.
He was coming out the plug.
Oh, shit.
I
With
can't.
the sauce, man.
He was coming out the plug.
Oh, shit.
Like
I ain't think about it.
can't say. I mean, just suppliers. I have a lot of connections with different suppliers. Sometimes they just I order that from them and then they ship it directly to the person, or sometimes they can't ship it to the person, so they send it to me and then I charge for shipping,
Oh, I got you.
and I get a percentage off of everything. So
Help you?
no, I've gotten that question before. I'm like, you're not tricking me. Like, I want to help you out, but I'm not going to tell you who my suppliers
Okay,
are.
I got you. No, I wasn't trying to steal no ideas from you. I promise.
No,
I
you're
didn't even
not.
think
I
about
just
it like
can't
that.
say it out loud.
Until I said the shit.
I'll tell you later in case
I
you
thought
want to
about
start
it
a
like that when you
business.
said it.
Cool. What'd you say, Brian? Speak up next time, Brian.
I'm free to.
I love the character you can play. I love it.
Wow.
This is too funny, yo. Oh yeah, we definitely gonna make that
Punching bag.
episodes of this.
Huh?
Like a punching bag.
Yeah, we have one outside. I don't know why y'all just don't use that.
Why not?
I'm a human person, by the way.
Yeah.
Still managed to hit his wall, Brian. That shit crazy.
Whoa. Whoa. Why y'all keep sending shots like that, bro?
Why is there a lot of violence
I
going
told
on?
you the tension.
I was talking about lip glosses and small business products. Why are we talking about violence?
I told you.
It's all like this house, though. Everybody hates each other. I'll tell you that.
we mess with each other here. Like
We all do.
We like each other. Like
We just push each other. Justin over there, sick as shit.
I know, right? Just in time.
Bro was staring at the floor for this past 3
Contemplate life. Contemplate life.
Wait, are you in frame?
Possibly.
Bro, it's stupid.
Okay,
Alright,
because
cool.
I saw that. I'm like,
Yeah, she's smart.
Oh, yeah.
She's smart. And you said you do all of this by yourself again?
yes, I do this by myself.
That's crazy how you do like it. Like
That's good,
classes
though.
on top of it. Like
That's a lot to do.
Yep.
I definitely can imagine you have
I know I couldn't
almost zero
do it.
free time.
I know
yeah,
I
how
couldn't.
is your free time with it?
So I do a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I'm great at time, like planning my time management. Like today, I knew I had this at 1 p.m. because I work with time as well. Like you have to tell me a specific time. So today I woke up and I woke up around 8 a.m. I did some homework that's due like next week. I studied for this test next week, and then I came here.
Mm-hmm.
So I just plan my time. Sometimes in class I have to answer people like while I'm in class. But if it's a class I know I just need to read PowerPoints, I just don't pay attention. I work on business stuff. But if it's a class I need to pay attention, then I just try to turn off my phone and like pay attention to this class. Because if I don't pay attention to this class now, I'm going to waste more time trying to understand everything again. And that's going to take me like 3 hours where I could have been doing something else.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's just planning your time. And this is very essential. I write everything I want to do in a day. So I have this little notebook that says Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And I write everything I'm going to do that day. And I try to finish everything that's on that list.
Yeah.
For example, today my list, I didn't bring it. I want to take a picture, but it said Saturday. It says study for this test, finish this homework, which I could like scratch it off because I already did it. I put the podcast and then other 2 things I have to do tonight plus my business stuff. So I write everything down and try to scratch it off. And less like phone time. Try not to waste too much time on phone time or like Netflix and stuff like that. I'm trying to step away from that.
Sounds like you're very aware of the
Yep.
things that could set you back, and you can eliminate them easily. I know a lot
Definitely.
of people can struggle. Like
And I
they
still-
can't do that.
Yeah. And it took time. I'm not going to say, oh, I'm here, the perfect girl. No, it took time. I messed it up sometimes. I would just do nothing in one day after writing my whole list. And then, like, the next day I would be stressed. And then things happen, and it was crazy. So I think setting time management, practicing it every day, even if you don't get to do everything on your list, that's fine. Because sometimes you just have to give a break to yourself. You have to cry sometimes. Because I've done it. I can't do this anymore. I have to go cry in my bed. Give me a few minutes. Let me come back to it.
Mm-hmm.
But knowing that your time, you have a lot of time in your hands that you can use. And even if it's waking up early, then do it. And going to sleep early, then do it. Or if you're better working in the night, then go to sleep late, wake up late. Let's say if you go to sleep at 1 a.m., wake up around like 11 a.m. Make sure to use that time that you're awake for things that are important in your life. And yeah, and like I still hang out with my friends. I still go to my church, all my activities. I still have all the orgs. Like I'm like the marketing leader for my church. I'm doing the tours around campus, which takes like 2 hours of my day. And I'm doing an internship this semester as well. So.
Oh, that's cool. Where are you doing an internship at?
Well, I can't say the camera.
Straight to
All right.
Interrogation, bro.
straight to
What will you be doing at this internship? Can you say that?
It's like she can't see that here.
A brief description at least, or something.
I'm a campus ambassador for this company,
Okay.
and I'll just be talking
What
about
company?
this company. Yeah, it's all about the non-disclosure agreements that I signed and stuff
Okay.
like that. So it's a lot, I would say. But yeah, like we had a meeting. We can't talk about like the company on social media.
He's gonna start asking her stuff. What's your social security number? Stupid.
Well, if read it to you. Yeah.
How long did it take you to establish like a good work-life balance? Like you said, you take on so many things. Did it take like a while to get into that groove?
Yeah, It did, because in high school, I was just a study addict. Like, I would go school, go home, study, next day, school, home, study. Like that, I never hung out with my friends. I never did, like, extracurricular activities. And I was just losing myself, I would say. And until I came to college, when I had, like, more time, because, you know, in school you're there from, like, 8 a.m. to 3, 4. Here you maybe have a class from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., which is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, knowing that I had more time in my hands, I just I buy this agenda, which it's really cute. I love it, from this company. I've been buying it for a while. It has, like, different, like, lines, and I write everything, and it has, like, this says, like, January 28th or something like that, and I write everything that I have to do that day and that I want to do that day, because it's different. Yeah. And I put, like, numbers, like, number 1, I have to finish this homework. Number 2, I'm going to do this. Number 3, I'm going to do that. Mm-hmm. Number 4, 5, 6. But obviously, keeping in mind that I have to eat, that I have to hang out with my friends, that I have to go out, you know, not in my room all day studying and all that. But it took a while. I think since freshman year, I've been trying to, like, fix myself and how it works. Because whatever I do is not going to work for you. Because you're different. You're a different person. You know how you know yourself. You know how you work. And if you work better just studying 3 days before a test, then you do that. But I don't work like that. I have to study at least a week before a test. Because I know myself. Yeah. Just because of the language barrier and stuff like that. That's something that I work on, so I know myself for that. Yeah.
It's good to be aware like that. Mm-hmm. Set you up good in the long run. You know yourself. You know how you operate. Mm-hmm. You know the things that can set you back. Definitely help you achieving your goals.
Yeah, definitely. And you always, like I said, you always have to think ahead that other things are going to happen. Mm-hmm. That other things are going to mess up your schedule in one day. And if it happens, that's fine. Like, you can still do it. You can still finish whatever you have to do. But don't stress yourself, because I feel like a lot of students are like, okay, I'm going to, manage my time. Then they get stressed with everything. They're like, no, I'm going to procrastinate now. That's it. I'm not going to do it because I'm never going to do it. And believing in yourself is really, really important, because I'm sorry, but you guys can motivate me, but if I don't motivate myself, I'm not going to believe you. Mm-hmm. It's all about self-motivation as well. That was a lot.
That was good. That was good stuff. On top of all that you just mentioned, what is some advice you would give to somebody who is trying to balance out their schedule? Like, other than, do you have any more advice?
Oh, I was like, wait, I already gave some advice, but just first of all, try to know yourself first. Don't try to do stuff before knowing yourself. If you know that you can't take up 18 credits, don't do 18 credits, because it's better to do less and do it good than do more and just do a really bad job at it. So knowing yourself, seeing your schedule, because I understand people have to work, which is typical for a lot of college students. You have to work as well. Seeing, like, if you can do that, if you only have to take 12 credits because you can't do it, then do it. And then if you have to work more, then that's fine. But I would say try to, like, write everything down, everything you have to do, so that way you know what you have to do every day. Because if I didn't have a calendar, I would be missing a lot of due dates. I would be very lost. I'd be like, oh, what's next week? I don't know. Just write everything down. And if that works for you, good. If you feel like that doesn't work for you, just try other ways. And there's Google. You can literally find Google different ways. Where a lot of blogs, because there's a lot of students that write blogs on how they, like, time manage their time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've definitely do my own research on that kind of stuff.
When you set your schedule, do you try to make it like the same routine every day, or every day you wake up and it's different goals, like a different thing, just whatever you got to do that day, instead of like doing the same repeated steps every day?
So obviously with classes, that's just the whole repeated thing.
Yeah. Like,
I have to do it no matter what. If I have to go my 9 a.m., I have to do my 9 a.m. But I will go. But no, it's different. Every day is different. Or I pick up on something I didn't do last night. Mm-hmm. Something like that. If I I was going to do this assignment on Tuesday that's due on Wednesday, I just didn't do it, that's the first thing in my list on Wednesday.
Okay. And
I just add different things. So I think, like, different things every day, adding it to everything I already have, like, fixed, So fixed would be like classes. That's already fixed. Like that's till May. I have to work around that. My tours, that's fixed. So I have to work around that. So yeah, I think I answered your question. If not, just
Yeah, you just have a mixture of it.
I have a mixture of
Like it's like a flexible schedule, but also along the lines of a fixed schedule.
Yeah.
Work around that fixed schedule.
Yep.
I got you.
Mm-hmm.
So getting past that, let me hear about your social media. See, I see you got 2 social media accounts, both over 225,000 subscribers,
Yes.
which is amazing.
Mhm.
One is called Candylissy, and
Yep.
the other is the Candylissy.
Mm-hmm.
Could you just tell me a little bit about them? Or
So yeah, they're both on TikTok. You can follow me at Candylissy. That one is in English. That was my first account. I made it when I was 14 years old, so I've been on social media for a while. I'm 20 now, so do the math there. Yeah, it was Musically first.
Musical.
Mhm.
Oh, man.
Musically. So I've been there since Musically, since it opened, like the new app where it was just so bad. It was very bad. So I post there a lot of lifestyle content. But at some point, a lot of people from back home started recognizing me. But they would always complain, or not complain, give me like constructive criticism of, can you post in Spanish? Because I don't understand you. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. And that's how the Candylissy was born. And that's why I have 2 accounts. One is in Spanish and one is in English. So I can appeal to both audiences. And that way, like, they feel included in my life, technically. And I just share funny stuff, lifestyle stuff, story times, all that.
Well, I recognize that there's been some potential legislature, or like, I don't know if they pass any laws. But I know they're trying to-
I just started laughing, bro. Bro, we just everybody started laughing already. Bro.
It's a question. What the?
Wait.
But look, did any of those potential laws, did those like mess with your business plans, or I know do you market on your TikToks for your businesses?
I don't use it a lot for that. I try not to do it. I sometimes mention it. I'm like, hey guys, so I have this business, blah blah blah, follow me. But no, it never. It did not affect that. And yes, no, there's been a lot of cases. Especially, I was included in one case where they were suing TikTok for only the people who were included were people who started using Musically in 2015. So I was included in that round. But I never got into it. I just think I have no time for that. Like, yeah. But in terms of that, it hasn't affected in a negative way my business. Yeah.
Can we go back to why we're laughing at me?
Bro, you started talking, bro. I was expecting you to say something like super funny, bro. So I was just already laughing. I couldn't hold it in. You been making me laugh this whole time, bro. I was just ready to laugh.
Thank you. I'm also a person, though.
Yeah, we wasn't doing it to hurt your feelings, man. It was just funny. I thought
It really hurt my feelings, if we're going to be honest.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm messing with you.
Oh, fuck you,
Yeah,
boy.
Well, I apologize.
Ask a serious question.
Don't give in, Jamarcus.
I felt bad,
Just
but
don't
he over
give
here
in,
playing
bro.
and stuff.
Just don't give in, bro. It's okay.
That's why it happens.
It's alright. You're
Playing.
weak. It's okay.
Yeah, I know.
We gotta get you back up, bro.
With Pisces.
Pisces.
Okay.
How does it feel to have that many followers?
It's overwhelming. First of all, you have to keep a really straight reputation for yourself, and that's really hard, especially because I'm a family-friendly type of account. And especially going out in public and when people recognize you, like sometimes I feel like I can't have emotions. Like I can't have a bad day. I can't be mad at someone if I'm like walking with my boyfriend and I'm mad at him. Like I can't because people are gonna see that. I can't argue in public because someone's gonna see me. Or like if I don't say hi to someone back, they're gonna think that I'm just a bad person, and that's really hard. Like sometimes you don't want to say hi to someone because you're not feeling it, right? I have to because that's gonna mess up with the reputation I have and like how I portray myself on social media, because I portray myself, as a happy person, I don't post when I'm sad or when I'm angry. I just post when I'm happy. So a lot of people have expectations of me being that energetic in person as well. So that's really hard. And then having a private life doesn't exist, like especially my account in Spanish. A lot of people recognize me. Even like my friends have been involved in that, and I feel so bad because, for example, last year for my boyfriend, my boyfriend's birthday, we went to the beach, and there was these group of girls that recognized me, and they all noticed it. All my friends. So I didn't have privacy, and they didn't have privacy.
I mean, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, you're good, because they were taking pictures and recording.
Yeah, I mean, given all that, would you say that it's still worth it to be a TikTok star, or?
Yeah, I think it's still worth it. Yeah, I honestly like it because I'm more of a people person. I like making people happy. I prefer to put people's like emotions before mine. If you're feeling sad, I want to make you happy. And through that content, I can inspire others. I can be a big sister towards someone, or I can be a little sister towards someone. I think more a big sister, because my audience is between like 9 to like 18. So I'm kind of a big sister towards a lot of people. And I can help them out. But I do have to have boundaries, because they get too comfortable. And then I don't like to get involved in people's private lives.
Yeah.
Do you feel any responsibility of being like a role model, given like your younger audience?
Yes, I have. Yep, I feel like I have a big responsibility towards them and towards their parents, because sometimes a lot of kids like they go on social media and their parents don't know what they're watching. So I don't want to post something that is literally very bad.
Benadryl challenge.
I don't want to post something that's like very bad and has a really bad message towards children, and then they learn it off of me. Like, I don't want to be that person. If I do something and they're like, oh yeah, I learned it from my icon, Candylissy, I'm going to be like, what? I don't want you to learn that from me.
I feel like in situations like that, it's parental responsibility. That's like, I don't think any of that is on you at all, because there are people that are way, way worse that are accessible on TikTok. And I mean, there's just got to be some sort of parental guidance and security on their part to really make sure and monitor what they're watching and make sure it's good content that, you know, is, I guess, good role models for them and stuff like that. But I don't know. I've never been famous for anything ever, but I feel like, you know, I wouldn't feel much responsibility for that, because it's like you can't control who watches your content. So I mean, it's just it's a lot to think about, and yeah, I guess that's it.
That's a great point. Honestly, never thought.
Who knows, Ethan? You might blow up as a star on this podcast. Man.
Yeah, from this podcast.
You might blow up as a star.
Both you and me.
Yeah.
I just think it's interesting too, because continue off of that, what you said, Ethan, is just like, though, how do you control or stop what your kids necessarily do once they on Instagram or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you stop them from seeing certain pages?
I think that there are parental controls, at least on Instagram there are, I know there's TV controls, but no one watches that anymore. And there's parental, I don't know anything about TikTok really.
There is.
I've watched compilations, but I've never downloaded it. But if they have, they should set that up and, you know, filter it at least somewhat, you know, and that should really just be on them to do, because creatively speaking, you know, you shouldn't be censored with what you do, and that's just my opinion of it. I don't know if that's excessive or anything like that, but you know, that's just the way I've really thought about it, given all the scandals, all the cancellations, everything like that. Like, just really got me to thinking about, you know, responsibilities that creators have and things like that.
Yeah. I think I just try to avoid a lot of conflict as well. Like I said, I think about the future, like what's going to entail. But with
Good point.
that, like, I have a question for you. But now you're doing marketing and you want to do PR, right?
Yeah.
You do have to keep an image,
Yeah.
right? How
Yeah.
how are you going to, balance both things now? Because if you want to do PR, people get canceled a lot
Oh, yeah.
on social media. So you can't just say whatever you want to say.
You can't. I mean, a lot of marketing and PR stuff is gauging what the public thinks about. You have to, because the public is dominated, at least on the internet, by Gen Z, millennials, like a lot of the younger generation. So you really have to do research, and research can look like scrolling through the most popular TikToks, seeing who was canceled for what, engaging how people react to certain topics and things like that, and honestly, I agree with a lot of the things that have been done, like a lot of like how the world is moving right now, but just don't say anything crazy, I guess is my rule, and just kind of gauge how people, like, what's okay to laugh about right now, like what's okay to joke about, and just stuff like that. And I don't have a Twitter, I have an Instagram, and that's it pretty much. So, but yeah, that's really it. Just kind of gauge, just kind of see how the tides are turning, and that'll help you out a lot with the PR stuff like that. But
That's good.
I think that was very interesting, what y'all just mentioned, for sure. Now I'm about to continue into it and make sure these questions I'm asked are really gonna be for everybody. Now it's not just for Miss Lysandra. So, if someone were to ask y'all how hard college is, what would y'all say and why?
12 out of 10.
12 out of 10. You said hard.
it's hard however hard you make it to be. It's like a lot of stuff, like she was saying, with time management, it can make it a lot easier. And you're gonna have those classes like physics or organic chemistry.
Terrible.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Hell no.
Honestly,
I barely made it through general chem. I did not like that class.
I already made it through it too.
But as hard as classwork goes, I don't see it being harder than high school.
Yeah.
I don't see the difficulty.
The actual school part about it isn't the hard part.
Yeah.
It's the outside, external stress that comes from it, like
Yeah.
family life, whatever, financial, whatever, social life. You might have anxiety, depression, just anything. All that external stuff that weighs on you, it can affect the schoolwork. And you can be a great student, but if everything in your environment is not intact and good, and your mind mentally, it's going to affect your schoolwork.
And a lot
you
of
might
people are
suffer
living by themselves for
Yeah.
the first time.
Yeah. We still learning how to live alone. Like, we just we're not even really adults. Like, yeah, we turn 21 in college, 22, but you're not really an adult yet. You just in the steps.
No.
So we gonna mess up a lot, and then a lot of people can't take messing up, so it's gonna hinder them.
Yeah.
So they get stuck. They want to give up, but that's life though. That's the process. You gotta mess up. But that's what college teaches you. So that's what make it hard for me, personally. I don't think the actual school part is hard at all, because if you can make it through high school, good study habits, whatever, anything can be learned to me. I think anyone can learn anything. It's harder for some people's attention span is different, but it's the external stuff that makes it hard for me.
That's a great answer, honestly.
That was
Yeah.
a good answer. Truthfully.
Yeah.
I would say it'd be the extra outside stuff too. And maybe to some people though, it might be just the fact of being on their own. Some people are probably used to
You have a lot more
being on their
free
own.
time when you get into college. Like, school is like
Yeah.
8-hour stretch, right? But with college, it's like you might have one class a day or one class in the morning and then another one at 4 in the afternoon. Like, you have a lot more free time.
Got a lot of time to waste time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot more time, too.
You got to put just as much work in the classroom as out of the classroom in college. Like in high school, you can get by probably not studying. You're going to have to study in college. I don't care. Even a little bit. Like, I don't care. You're going to have to study a little bit.
Yeah.
Versus high school, the classes are easier. The teachers may help you more. Some college professors will help you a lot. Like, high school teachers used to tell you, like, yeah, the college professor's not going to go for this. Like, nah, some of your professors,
Some-
like,
yeah,
they don't
yeah.
care. They going to help you. Like, you just got to find that balance and use the resources at your disposal. Tutoring, library, you just got to get out there, and they'll help you. That's how I see it.
That's true.
Those are very good points. So then, if y'all could go back in time to when y'all first got to college, what would y'all tell yourselves? What would y'all tell y'all old self when y'all first came into college?
Boy, I would have used my refund and bought Bitcoin.
You said, boy, about that Bitcoin now.
I'd have used my whole refund, the whole scholarship, whatever. I'm getting back. What is going? The whole grant. I'm up. I'm up.
Yeah, cause we saw you. I remember one day you showed me. It was like at like under like 20,000 or something around there. And then later on, like about a year or so later, that jump reached like 60. It was like
I was sick.
crazy.
I was sick.
What would you tell yourself?
Man, honestly, I don't know. Try not to think too deep into like some of these classes. Try and focus more on like clubs and stuff rather than what I did in the beginning. I focused so hard on trying to get through calculus and physics in the beginning of that shit.
Yeah.
It was really not worth it when I started talking to more engineers outside of it. And they were basically just like focused on getting into clubs, trying to get experience and stuff like that. Because as soon as you get out of school, we're going to teach you exactly what you need to know. And then we can even pay for school to go get like certifications for welding, any kind of like technical kind of job I need.
Yeah.
I could easily get that when I go to a job. So definitely having that experience, hands-on experience is the best thing I would tell myself to get, especially getting into more internships.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. I think I would tell myself something, but at the same time, I think it has made me who I am today. So I think it's like not made for it to change. I think it was supposed to happen, but for me, I would say like stop partying. And I did great in school. Not gonna lie, I got straight A's, but emotionally, I just destroyed myself. Because with partying, I met, I think, the wrong people, and meeting the wrong people, I lost myself to the point that I literally lost all my friendships back home. I almost lost my relationship with my boyfriend for me being stupid, literally. For this man who, like, loves me so much, I almost lost that as well because I just chose the new kids or the new people in college instead of, like balancing it. And yeah, I chose the wrong people, I would say. It took me a while. I think last year, sophomore year, was when I like detached from these 13 people. I detached just like that. So yeah, I wish I would tell myself like, you're gonna find people that really love you. Just like, please don't do this. Like, go to church. You're gonna find the people there. But sadly, I did not go through that path. I went through just party. You're going to meet more friends there. And by friends, I mean friends. So, but it has made me who I am today.
I would tell myself, I'm like, Ethan, just keep going how you're going. You did college perfectly first.
Oh.
I'd probably tell myself to not start smoking because it's so expensive and you feel terrible. And it's just like, now I'm just addicted and I'm in it. And it's like, that's it, you know? And
you can get out of it, though. You just gotta lower yourself when you, like, go back to buy more. You just lower the milligrams in it.
You can't lower the milligrams in a disposable.
You can't get a different one?
It's way more expensive to do that. Because I would need to buy one.
Well, I might force you to stop that way. Buy the more expensive ones. Yeah. You're still buying them regardless.
You probably get tired of paying that money.
Yeah.
Help you get off of it.
Pay like what? $28 a week?
Yeah. Maybe start a business for
Yeah.
that. I think about businesses.
That's a good way of thinking.
No,
Sell vapes out our back door.
Nah, for real, what I tell myself, though, I tell myself not to skip class, for real. Because freshman year, you already know, you was with me. Boy, we had a health class, boy. We did not go for a month.
Yeah, bro. It was so cold.
Like, it was in the spring, so it's cold outside. And it was like an 8 a.m. It was early.
It was chilly.
8 a.m.s are so bad for me now because it's cold. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And I walk to class. So I'm like,
everybody know how Georgia weather is. It get good.
Yeah.
You were
all over the
place.
Can I say something about your question?
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah,
Getting friends.
join us.
Yeah, I got one too.
Yeah, well, shit. Sit behind the couch or lean on the couch or something if you want to.
Like drink champs.
I mean, if you want, you can lean behind the couch or something.
Yeah.
So what I would tell myself when I first entered college is probably not to let my emotions affect my academics, especially with my anxiety problem and my depression. I let that affect me not only in the clinical setting when working with patients, but also academically, which slips. So I wish I could go back in time and just be like, learn how to compartmentalize and just separate that part of my life and move on from there.
What did you say you wanted to say? That was good. I messed with that.
And me, it's kind of simple, but just get out of my head. That's the one thing I need to work on, was get out of my head.
Like overthinking?
Yeah, overthinking a lot. Just try different shit. It's okay. Slow down. What else? No, yeah, that's about it. Mainly get out of my head.
I ain't nothing wrong with that.
Man.
Yeah.
Me,
It's okay to mess up.
me,
I definitely got in my head.
I would go back, tell myself to relax. I would go back, tell myself to relax, chill, and have fun. Because a lot of times I just get caught up and I'm always thinking about where I want to be. And it's just like, especially because back then I started trying to get into YouTube, like about a year or two after I got into college, you know what I'm saying? Just always trying to move forward too fast and not really enjoying where I was at. And it just adds too much more stress, you know. So definitely, from my point, man, just enjoy it. Enjoy it. That's my main thing I would say to myself, enjoy it. And with college being so hard, what do y'all think the biggest challenges were for y'all personally, with college being so hard?
Personally, mine was the language barrier, and I think that's different with everyone because going from a country where they only speak Spanish, they write in Spanish, just everything in Spanish, and then coming here and be like, okay, so you have to take notes for yourself in English, take an exam in English in this amount of time. Like, I think I like my first test, I did fail them all because I didn't have time enough to read all the questions, understand what I was reading, and at the same time take notes. I would always miss the notes because I didn't have time to write them all. And then, I think that was the biggest struggle that I had in college. And then personally, that was just more like, language barrier, but like personally, also just, like you said, relax. I was trying to do too much, and by trying to do too much and trying to impress everyone, I just let myself down.
I can kind of double back on that. Like with clinicals, I was a athletic training major.
Yeah.
I had a horrible time with like the time management stuff because I basically did a full-time job with no pay on top of like 16 credit hours. And that was really hard, and that's when him and I were like really started dating seriously, and it was just hard. But yeah.
So did y'all just close the door, bro?
Bailey's like booping the
trying to
door
open the
handle.
door.
She's trying to open the door.
I remember when she locked it by accident.
Yeah.
Head
I
naked.
want to go check.
I got
A lot of people expect a lot of things from you when you come to college. Like nobody really knows how to feed themselves. We're just kind of
Speak for yourself, bro.
they're just like, hey, can you do this for me? Can you do this for me? Can you do this for me? And I'm like, okay, because I just met you and like I want to be friends with you, and it's just like, stop laughing at me.
Laughing at him. Bro, Ethan, you were just hilarious.
Nobody knows how to do anything. Everybody has started being an adult at the same time.
Yeah.
And they keep asking you to do things. You don't know how to do it. They don't know how to do it. And it's just, that creates a lot of stress and a lot of distraction from important things like schoolwork and feeding yourself and like doing different stuff like that. Like,
Y'all are retarded,
having
bro.
a good bedtime.
Y'all are retarded. Y'all are retarded. But that, bro.
I'm not eating Landrum food. No. Ugh.
Oh,
No, I'm convinced that they put
Louisiana,
laxatives
crazy.
in the food.
Oh my gosh!
disgusting.
You
First
should come back
week,
with 2
I
plates,
had-
bro.
I was in the
That shit
bathroom
good.
every day after I ate.
Yeah,
Oh,
literally,
okay.
it put me in the hospital. I got food poisoning from Landrum.
Daniel stole. He was saying completely.
It put me in the hospital. I'm not even kidding.
Jesus.
Yeah, Daniel be
I got
racing to the
through.
bathroom. We come from Landrum, like, bro, I call dibs on the bathroom.
I can't.
No matter what I would eat, like if it was a salad, I'm like, I got the runs. If
Yeah,
I got
I
the
would-
fruit.
Bro, she's not like a body. I don't think a person up there for.
I know. Landrum
Uh,
almost had a body bag.
I would say the hardest thing for me coming over was the finances. The finances of it.
Crazy.
Like, did trying to just, I guess make things happen with financial aid and all this stuff, and especially like this past year when coming into my 5th year of college. This is my 5th year of college right now, where the financial aid got cut out because once you go over 4 years, it cuts. So I think when it hit me especially this past year, like when George Southern said that I was out of my financial aid, they would help me no more and all that. That was tough. I think that was very tough for me right there. That was definitely one of the hardest challenges for me to come over personally, financially. You can't lie about that one. That was tough. So, what inspired y'all to keep going? What inspired y'all to keep going through those challenges? You know what I'm saying?
It ain't really nothing else to do but to get better. I mean,
Yeah, make or break.
you can be down in the dumps all day. That get boring. You got motivation. You want to better for yourself, better for your family, better for the people around you. We motivate each other all the time, just as friends. Like you gotta want better. If you don't want it for yourself, then nobody else can push you to that. Like if you don't want it, no one can make you get it.
Exactly.
You gotta want it internally before you can please the people around you. Before you want to be successful. That's how I see it. That's my opinion on it.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it was just like the thing to do, like all my family, they're college graduates and all that. So there was an element of like feeling like a failure if I didn't finish, It was like, okay, well, how are they going to look at me, And I've had to struggle a little more than some other people, I think, to stay in school and be in school. But, it really feels good at the end of the day when I graduate because it was something I did, and then that's unique to my family. And like they might have graduated, but I did it myself and just did it, and that was me. So, that's just really my motivator to do it, because I've worked jobs you can get without degrees. Oh God, you don't want those jobs. Like you just don't want them. Like you just don't. If you don't have an in with someone for a really good job, then you just it's tedious. It's monotonous. It's just it's boring the entire time, and it's like I just can't map out my entire life working jobs like this. But that's. I guess if I had that answer, that would be my motivation, really.
I was just tired of being sad all the time. I was just tired of being empty. Like, I feel like I would do so much, but there's just nothing there. Like, I was tired of going out to parties. Next day, I just felt empty. Even though I was getting A's in all my classes, I didn't feel good about myself. I was just empty. And then I didn't have any friends technically because even though we were hanging out as a group, I didn't have anyone to talk to and be like, hey, I'm feeling this way, because it wasn't like that. It was like, I get to hang out with this group because we're friends and that's it. I don't have anyone individually to talk to. And all we would do was just really bad stuff like, well, did I want that? No. And then I felt like I was just hanging from like the real me in like back in high school back home. I was just a really motivated person, keep going, doing stuff, blah blah blah. And then I let that go just to please other people. And then I was tired of being sad. I was tired of being just like not doing anything in my room or just doing the wrong things. And that really motivated me to like find myself again, even if it was literally separating myself from 13 people and being alone again. Yeah.
Respect. So for me, motivator was knowing that, of course, coming from my family, nobody has ever even been to college like that. I'm been to the biggest college out of anybody in my family, period. And knowing that, you know, you got a lot of stuff riding, everybody puts a lot of, you know, expectations in you, which can, you know, mess you up. But the thing that motivated me is just knowing that people, you know, I'm sure there's somebody, even people that I don't know, are counting on me. So I'm always trying to make sure I just stay down and try to do the right things in every situation. Who's been like some of the best and worst professors y'all ever had?
Oh God.
Y'all gonna name drop like that?
Nah, no name
No
drop.
name drop.
Just like
Just
talk
tell me
about
what class it was.
talk about the class and then why they were like the best and worst.
Alright.
Shoot, I can go first.
Yeah.
One of my worst one was back in the engineering side, boy.
Mm-hmm. That's
I remember
right.
first day and me, Daniel, and Saul had this one class. He cool. This is a cool professor. He cool, but it's just like, yo, he wouldn't be worse. But this is just a funny story. Like I tell her, I remember day one of class. He introduced this stuff, started writing on the board. First words that come out this man's mouth, bro. He was like, "What's that? Yeah, man. Oh, yeah." And I swear to God, after he said that, everybody in the classroom looked at each other and was like, "What in the world did he just say?" Whole semester, bro, we can't hear nothing he's saying, yo. Tell you for some of the professors you can't understand, yo.
Yeah, over half the professors in the engineering department,
Like,
all of their accents are just so thick.
and hit,
It's
like,
just hard to understand what they're saying.
he was cool.
No, they're all pretty cool. They just be coming in chilling. They be coming in their loafers. That shit be funny. Coming in baggy ass jackets and shit, and just be writing on the boards. It's cool, man. It's like, we learned about this today or something. Talking about MATLAB, using it, Excel, all that stuff. The one he's talking about, we were doing.
No, you can't name drop.
We were doing with SolidWorks. Like, it's a program where you have basically like computer design program, like
Okay.
modeling software type stuff. And so like it's just him trying to explain some of the stuff that we were doing. Like he'd be talking about like doing fillets, chamfers, things like that. Like drawing like boxes, measuring out dimensions. When he would say dimensions, it would just come out like so thick and like you can't understand. Literally, he would say entire sentences. And you would literally have like the entire class would raise their hand because they didn't hear like what he just said, or we didn't understand like what needed to just happen. And he like clicks through and he like speeds through stuff. And if you ask him to explain like a specific part, he basically restarts the entire lecture over.
Oh my God.
He doesn't just go to the specific part. He gets upset at you. And then he starts back at the very beginning. Literally just completely like exits the entire like part document and starts a brand new. All right, we start with the box line connecting to the origin. And oh God, no, we just wanted to know, how do you cut a hole from this? How do you? Huh?
What are you talking about?
It's much more in depth, bro.
Yeah.
Cool.
Bro.
It's just a story, bro. It's all part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably the worst professors though were in the chemistry side, but that was just pretty funny. A lot of them you can't understand and all that.
I've had a couple good professors, but I have a definitive worst one. So, and he was the everyone here knows who I'm talking about. When I got into my accident with academic withdrawal, with medical withdrawal, it has to be a unanimous decision with all the professors. And he was the one professor that wouldn't let me medically withdraw. So all of my grades tanked. I lost my scholarships. I did all that. Like, I lost all financial aid because of it. And just because he was being petty. Because it was like, I didn't show up to his class, but I still had an A in it. Like, he was just being petty, and he was the reason, that I had to take that time off to work, to make money, to do all that. He just added like 3 years to my college experience because he wanted to pout and throw a tantrum that I didn't come to his class every day. It was just
I
like,
would go to the dean's office.
oh, I went there.
That's a lot, because that's
They're
like
like-
something uncontrollable,
Well,
like an accident.
yeah, and
Yeah.
Dean was like,
Would be
hey, it's
just
up
like-
to him. It's not.
Yeah, I know, right? It's
he
crazy. I'm
has
telling you,
to
professors
decide.
got the power, bro.
professors got so little power until they need something.
Nah, they can do whatever they want to play when they want to say. Like, they legit can do whatever.
Yeah, that's definitely my worst guy. I know he's out there. I know what he looks like. You know.
Oh my god.
But did you write a whole review and rate my professor?
Yeah.
Oh, I know that review was something mean.
Give him 0 stars.
If I could give negative stars, I would.
Negative stars.
It's a real
I know that review was.
review.
I know that review was terrible.
I can't compare to that.
It smelled like cheese, and he tried to medically withdraw.
I don't have any like big stories like that. That's like really bad.
Yeah, no, I guess I won the pissing contest of worst professor. I didn't.
I can't complain. Like for me, when I don't be like a bad professor to me is like one who's just unorganized. So like if the class is structured good, whether he's teaching it well, I can just like follow along, look at the syllabus, and just do it on my own type. But if it's unorganized, he's off his schedule. It's gonna cause me to be off schedule. So that's the only time I would say I had a bad one. But I don't think I had any like that was too bad.
I remember one of our professors. He'd always be explaining something in the chemistry side. He'd always be explaining something. It's already hard, but it would explain the question, or whatever, give you an answer. Then be like, hold up, wait. Y'all just erase all of that. Forget what I just told y'all. Just go back and just forget everything I just said.
He talked himself in a circle.
He be like, hold on, wait. Just forget everything I just told y'all. Erase all that, and we gonna start over again.
I did have one professor, like every class, he would just start telling stories, and like we get off topic, and we wouldn't be in the lecture. Like it was cool because you waste time, but then again,
you wasn't really learning it.
Wasn't learning anything, like,
Yeah.
like at all.
Oh my one of my professors, he was you might have had him because we're the same major. He was my favorite professor of all time. He was like, he comes into class, he has like one of those voice box things for smokers, and he was like,
I've never.
yeah, I smoked till I was from 12 to 25, then I got lung cancer, so I switched to sugar, and then I got diabetes, and then I was in the military, so I lost my leg. Like, he just cut down his vitamins.
Sheesh.
Oh, he was so funny. He had a PA to read his PowerPoints because
You sick, bro? Why you laughing at that?
he was such a good spirit about it. Like, he was such a good sport. Like, he was like, y'all can laugh because he had a cane too, because he was in the military. He was in the army, and his leg got messed up in the army. And then he also had lung cancer or throat cancer at the same time. So he started eating apple fritters. And he's like, I ate too many apple fritters, and I got tired of eating.
I'm about to cut that shit.
Cause that's sick as hell.
I love that guy.
You say he's a vet who has throat cancer and he has
You have
diabetes.
to leave like 10 times during class to get a glass of water or something. That's why he had a teacher's assistant. He had a TA.
There's no way he's still teaching.
He would literally go take naps in the middle of class. He's awesome.
What? I never was a professor.
Oh my god, he's so funny.
Keep it going, bro.
Alright.
Oh shit.
Y'all got any funny ass college stories or funny college stories, especially about? I know I definitely got a bunch of parties and stuff. Like all the times we would have to we would be sneaking into parties and then they try to catch on to us.
Oh, shit.
Y'all remember at that party we went to where we had it was at a frat house on Fraternity Row. Now look, this is fun.
They used to have a hole in the fence that you could walk in the back.
Yeah.
You could get into certain fraternities right there.
Okay, I'm talking about this one was like a Halloween one we had or something like we had snuck in or whatever. And then we got inside and it was like no but like females in there. We was like, I was like, oh sure, like, it's over. I was like, yeah, that's it, man. Everybody do your thing. And everybody split up. It was me, Nas. Me and Nas stayed inside on the dance floor or whatever. And we started dancing. We was dancing. All of a sudden, dude came up out of nowhere. He said, hey, bro, where's your wristband? I said, what? Wristband? I heard him. I was acting like him. Then he went to Nas. He said, hey, Nas, he was like, hey, where's your wristband, dog? Nas said, what? Where's your wristband? What? We were acting like we couldn't hear him. It was like, oh, my bad, we finna go get one. So we said we were gonna walk out and go get one. We never did. Then that's when I met up with Jamarcus. I saw Jamarcus. Like, it was around when I saw Jamarcus. You know what the one? This is when he said I was hot.
Yeah, man. You got me caught, man.
I went up to Jamarcus. I tried to tell him, I was like, hey, bro, they talking about getting some wristbands or something. Jamarcus said, get away from me, you hot. Get away from me, you hot. You got no watching you. And I look, as Jamarcus tell me, I look, and I see the dude. I make eye contact with me again. So he on the way. I was like, hey, Jamarcus. Nah, he said, Jamarcus said, get away from me, you hot, bro. I left. As I left, he went over and talked to Jamarcus right after. That's about wristband.
Jamarcus got in trouble.
I told him to get away. I knew it was happening. Like, buddy looked at Durante and looked me in my soul. I tried to turn. Durante, oh, y'all just dipped. Y'all just did like that. Left me by myself. He's like, you got a wristband? I was like, huh? You got a wristband? I was like, let me go get one. I just walked to the front and walked through the front door again.
You gotta when they hear that, it's about the wristband.
I remember like the first one, it was like a darty. It was just me and you. And then like Buddy saw us because we snuck in. And I saw him and I just left you like.
Oh, the black dude, the security guard.
And he just took your drink. He was just shaking his head.
Yeah, man, he was literally standing right next to each other. He was like literally on my right. And then we look over, see dude, and I was like, oh shoot, the security. He started walking toward her. I looked back to tell Jamarcus don't. I said, oh my God. I looked back to dude in my face. He said, he just shook his head, grabbed a cup, poured the alcohol out. I was like, God, dang, Jamarcus took off on me.
You gotta know. You took off on me the other time.
Y'all got anything? Maybe something funny? You know,
Do you have any stories from college? They're funny?
I do have stories. I just can't tell them here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, y'all remember when you jumped me after I got out of the shower? Or, well, I was dressed. Okay, maybe that's not the best way.
You're not telling why. You just bringing it up like we just bad guys. You locked us out. We were banging on the door, calling your phone. You turned on your light, didn't answer the door, and just like ignored us, bro. We was locked out. Like, you know.
Look, this is what happened. We went to go play basketball. This back we stayed in college. We all went to go play basketball. It was like 6 or 7 of us, and we left Ethan at the house by himself. We didn't lock the door when we left.
Okay.
We came back, and we had left all of our valuables in the house, like keys and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We came back, the door was locked. Then we would knock on the door. Nobody was answering.
We knocked on your window.
We were knocking hard. Yeah, we knocked on his window.
And your light turned on.
Yeah,
I assumed that someone had keys, so I assumed it was someone else. It wasn't y'all.
This is what happened. We got somebody to knock on his window. What happened was it was getting dark now.
Yeah.
We see his light turn on. He went to the window, looked out the window, looked back, and then went back and then did not do anything. I don't remember if he turned his light off after or whatever.
Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah, and then he turned his light off. We still knocking. He didn't do nothing.
I thought there was an intruder at the door.
Yeah, like he literally.
No, I thought it was like Saul or someone trying to get in, and I'm like, I'm not fucking.
Yeah,
Bro, we were knocking for like 10 minutes. Like,
And
even though you're not
loud,
just
too.
gonna check them, like.
We were knocking loud. No,
Saul
like
was
it-
persistent.
And it wasn't even like late in the day. It's like when it started getting dark early, so it's probably around 7 in the
yeah,
evening.
it was like 7.
Like that's normal time for somebody to be coming over to our house at least. Like,
yeah.
Why they
So then we finally
Like
opened
y'all
the door.
weren't there.
hey, you locked the door. The door's. Why'd you lock the door?
Because I was the only one there and I was in my room. And
But that
I
was-
feel like you remember Copper not
I know,
being the
right?
safest
That's why I
place
said it.
in Statesboro.
It was alright.
They were taking battering rams every other week to someone's door.
It was a little rough, but it was alright.
There's a couple of doors.
That happened once,
That
bro.
was like 2
That
times.
happened once,
bro.
man.
Remember when we thought the house was on fire that one day?
Yeah.
You left
They didn't
us.
want to listen.
Yeah.
bro.
What do you mean we didn't want to listen?
It was
You didn't
one
even
time-
attempt
look,
it
I ain't
either.
gonna lie to you though. This is what happened. All right, Copper. It's a 3-story building. You know what Copper
Yeah.
is? All right, it's
Yeah.
There was
3-story
literally a
towers.
car fire out front.
Yeah,
They were over-exaggerating.
it was early one
You
morning.
left us in there.
Yeah.
man.
3-story building. I woke up and for some reason I like saw smoke outside my window. I was like, hold on, hold on, let me see. So I look over, I can see where like the smoke come around the corner. I couldn't see directly where the smoke was coming from. It was coming around the corner. And I seen a whole bunch of people standing outside looking toward the smoke and with that fire truck out there. I said, oh my God, the house is on fire. I got up. I said, hey. I looked, Daniel, he's on the top floor. Me and Daniel are staying. Bottom floor, the very bottom floor, that's where Jamarcus and Ethan were. I said, hey. I was like, hey, bro, the house is on fire. I told my dad, I said, the house is on fire or something.
So I said, man, let's go. I said, listen, I went downstairs to the middle part of the building.
Y'all didn't even get Nas. Nas was asleep.
No,
on
I
the
told him.
couch.
I literally got to the middle side of the building. I said, Nas
looked
dude
at
that
us.
was with us. He spent the night at our
What
house.
y'all doing?
He was on the couch. I mean, he was on his chair. I said, hey, Nas. I said, hey, bro, the house is on fire, man. He literally looked at me and rolled over. I said, forget you then. I mean, as I did that, Daniel came down the stairs, like running fast. He was like, oh, you said the house on fire? I was like,
This man left Meredith. She was in the bed with him.
yeah. He had the
He didn't wake her up.
He had it. I said, we're married. He said, bro, she ain't want to get up. He said, she ain't want to get up. I was like,
She didn't, bro. I said, hey, the house might be off. And she was like, oh, just let me know if it is. I said, oh, all right. I'll be right back. And then the house wasn't even on fire. It was just a car fire.
Yeah, bro.
Smoke woke me up, bro. Like the smoke from the car fire got into my window.
Back
And you
into the
still
fire
didn't get
truck.
up, see?
I did get up, but it would have been too late by then.
Yeah, you'd have been cooked. So I went outside
On
around the
ground
corner.
level, you can get out.
I went outside, went around the corner. We saw there was just a car on fire and all that. And I was like, bro, so if it was a real fire, they would have been messed up. Because ain't nobody didn't want to move. I was trying to yell, nobody
You
was
didn't even call us or anything.
I was
Yeah.
yelling, bro. Y'all just didn't
You
hear
got
me.
both our phone numbers.
I was yelling, bro. Hey,
Phone numbers, bro. You didn't. Bro.
You didn't try to knock on our door. Nothing.
Bro, it was
You think I'm
bro.
gonna go all the way down to your stairs?
I know.
Waste
Noted.
my time going down.
That's noted. I got you.
If that thing on fire, man, we trying to get on fire.
At least on my way out here, I can knock on your door and I can knock on the wall for Ethan.
I got you.
That's a bullshit.
That joke was crazy. And then you came down the stairs. He said,
I think, bro, we skipped half the stairs when we were going down the
Oh yeah, we were moving. I was moving down them
So that means y'all really thought it was on fire. And then
Yeah.
try to wake nobody up.
I was
What?
following the leader, bro.
I thought it was.
You
on
thought
fire,
your life
dog.
was in danger and didn't even try to wake us up.
Hey, bro.
That is crazy,
I
bro.
was
You was too far, bro. You could have gone out the back anyway.
Too far.
Straight.
They was downstairs though.
There's all the way
In the same
downstairs.
house.
Think would
Yeah,
go
'cause
risk my life. Go downstairs, then go down another flight of stairs for you.
Well, I'd
We ain't
appreciate
seen no type of flames.
Appreciate
There was
that.
no flames present or nothing.
Bro, I was like, I seen people looking at the building we was at, bro. Fire truck. I seen smoke. I said, bro.
Didn't you back into that fire truck?
Yeah, I hit it. I was laying the glass, bro, and I hit it. Like, I bumped it. He's like, they don't need to tell the cop. I'm like, what you mean? There's not even no mark. You did more damage than mine. Then the cop come over there. He's like, so y'all want to file a report? He's like, no. I'm like, you wasting my time. I'm laying the glass, bro. Like, it was cool, though.
Jesus.
That's funny.
It was just a whole divide. Like that's the day I realized that I have like one friend. That's Jamarcus.
That's
Wow.
Y'all didn't even take the time. It's too far. Man, shit.
you heard the footsteps.
No.
I did not hear the footsteps.
Oh,
Y'all
yeah,
I know we
walk
would make
back.
it.
Y'all didn't tell us, like, later that day, and we was like, yeah, we
skipped
woke
that
up.
footsteps.
Bro, we
They only
I
heard- they only
know,
heard 2 steps go down the
dude,
stairs.
I know we was stumping hard. I was yelling.
Especially if
I
you
told
skipped
Nas.
as many steps as you said you did.
Man,
We
Nas-
had like 2 chances. To
Man, Nas
hear it.
Yeah.
looked at me and
You
just
have to
turned
listen
around,
to
bro.
it.
No, you actually had more chances. You had a fire alarm in your room.
It didn't go off.
Yeah.
Yours didn't go off either.
No, it didn't. So we was good.
All right.
Yeah.
Last question, and we're gonna be done with this. Is college really worth it or not? Do
Huh?
you think? Do you think college is really
I don't
worth
see
it?
why not. Yeah.
As much as you make it worth it.
Yeah. I like that.
As much as you put in the effort, networking and all that, it's always value in it. Like, even if you come into college thinking you're going to get a degree in this area and you change your mind, you learn so much about yourself. Just growth, what you don't like, what you can tolerate as a person, the things, just being more aware of your personality and stuff like that. Like, it's all learning. I think it's worth it, even if you fail college. Like, even if you get here and decide it's not what you want to do. Like, you tried it and now you know. Because, like, I know being in college, I had took a break because I couldn't pay for classes. But during that break, like, I was working. I'm like, I do not want to do this. So I'm like, yeah, college is worth it for me. And just seeing all the resources at my disposal, like Handshake, they send you job opportunities, stuff like that, all your professors, meeting new people.
Yeah.
Like, Justin, we didn't know Justin until we came to college. All of us went to high school together, but we don't met a lot of friends down here. That
To
we
be
didn't
fair,
know.
I only really knew you when I came down here. Like I didn't like.
I mean, no, we knew of you knew
Dan-
of them though.
I mean,
Yeah, but you
Devontae
had a
was in one of my
class.
classes, but I didn't know Dan at all.
I'm saying you knew
When I
of
came
them.
I
down.
never talked to you.
You know of them,
high
though.
school.
Yeah.
You're probably acquaintances.
We went to a small enough high school
I
where
didn't know
everybody
if you'd
knew
cross
everybody's
acquaintances.
face.
We just went to the same high school. That's
I mean,
it.
shit. Yeah, you're right. I barely talk to you, bro.
But the point is, coming down here, like whether you have a good experience or not, I think it's worth it to learn before you like just sit at home like, oh, I'm not. School isn't for me, because school isn't for everybody for sure. There's people who the right decision for them is to go straight into the workforce after school, or just to take a break and live life. If they can live at home, not pay bills, just learn. Whatever, like everybody's path isn't the same, but I think college is worth it. You gotta like just how you work it.
At first, I used to question, was college worth it or not? But as I obviously went further along in the school, especially now, like I know that it's definitely.
I mean, even outside the classroom, it provides, necessary experiences that you can bring into, like, just with people skills, especially. And, just learning how to navigate adversity. Because, if you stay at home and don't pay bills, you don't really have that real-world experience you need to be a functional adult today. And, I think even apart from the academics, it's just a necessary thing that you learn certain skills regardless of if you're in the classroom or not. So I would say that college is absolutely necessary. It's a big part of a lot of, young development. You're exposed to a lot of new ideas and a lot of new perspectives about things, and you can really integrate that or say, I don't like that. Just I don't know. I feel like all my answers kind of just trail off, but that's basically what I'm saying.
It sounds like you're just saying it gives you like a safe transition into like adulthood. Like it prepares you in a way.
Yeah, I mean, it gives you necessary experience to be like working with people. It shapes your political views. It shapes your views about what kind of people you want to be around all the time, and lets you make mistakes when you're still super young and just do it like that. It's just I don't want to say it lubricates, fast tracking into adulthood, but it definitely facilitates it. Or I guess that's a synonym, but
Yeah.
it facilitates, it allows you to become a real adult.
Yeah,
Don't
it
fucking
gives you the ability.
bro.
It gives you the ability to grow into something big, and a lot of people don't know. Like a lot of my professors have always told me, man, just don't do it only just for the piece of paper, like the piece of paper you get once you graduate. Because they said it's legit just a piece of paper. They said you need to do it, and like Jamarcus was saying, to build connections, join organizations, do other things while you're in college. Take multiple different classes so you can get ideas of what you do like and what you don't like.
I mean, a college degree really shows employers that you are able to learn something and you're able to commit to something to an extended period of time. So it doesn't, of course it matters what you get a degree in, but the degree itself, even though it's a piece of paper, it's proof that you can follow through.
It's just credibility. That's all it is. Being credible. It's on paper that you're a credible worker, or you can work within the team, because a lot of our degrees are just classes just showing that, because you're going to need help outside yourself. A lot of people in college, a lot of people they come into college and think they can just not ask for help. When you get here, you're going to have to get help from somebody, whether it's a professor, just making friends, classmates, whatever, study groups. But getting that degree can show that you took those steps and you can accomplish that. And it just gives employers credibility to like hire you. I know that. Along with your resume, that's just as important as getting the grades, because you can have like not as great grades, but you got all this experience, volunteer work, leadership opportunities, stuff like that. And you can tell a story with your resume. That's big with the grades. Not saying grades not important, but you know what I'm saying? It's a balance of it. So if you can do that, it'll help you for sure.
I find it like useful and not useful at the same time. I feel like I don't want to keep studying after my bachelor's degree because I know what I want to do and I know like what I can do. But at the same time, I think if I didn't go to college, I would be this girl that stays in her house studying without friends, without going out, without growing, having like a fixed mindset instead of a growth mindset like I have now. and then not learning, literally not learning at all, because I think that I wouldn't have my social media platforms nor my businesses if it wasn't for college. Because with college and my classes, I can apply it to it. So it's worth it if you want to go to college. If you want to do it, if you want to have a degree. But if you're like, no, I actually don't want to do this. I'm not ready. Just don't do it. Because, and don't do it for parties only. I hate when a lot of like students or people I talk to, they're like, yeah, my parents pay for this, and like I just go to the parties, whatever.
Well, I mean, for me, I think Durante is a lot like this, but I went because I felt like that was something I needed to do, not so much that I wanted to do. And when I really got into classes and really got into, taking breaks with the workforce to, save up money, the importance of college really became clear to me, because I might have not have necessarily wanted to go to college, but I did it more out of necessity, what I felt was necessity. But now that I'm in it and like I'm actually taking classes and, I understand the importance of it, I do want to be in classes and I want to be in college and I want to have a degree and everything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's so many I've definitely seen through this past week, and dang, Jamarcus, can definitely tell, like, man, I definitely seen how much it can open up for you once you get that degree. Like, you might have an offer to do something that you never would have necessarily expected yourself to do all the, like, or never expect yourself to be at, but get paid heck of money for it because they need people with those degrees. And then not only that, you can use that money to build up your side hustles.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
that's definitely what my plans are, for sure.
I mean, I think more specifically, I think the most people at any point in time, I mean, everybody's going to college and getting degrees. So I think the value of college is not so much the class or the degree, but it's giving you opportunities that you can use to set yourself apart from everyone else that has that degree. Like you're doing the Eagles on Wall Street. Like that's something that'll set you apart from everyone else with your bachelor degree, and everything like that. Like my mom we were talking about it, and she's like, well, the value of a college degree has really decreased because everybody's getting it. But if you're in clubs, if you're doing extracurriculars and internships and all that, that'll set you apart when you finally go into the workforce against every other person that also has a bachelor's degree.
You're right.
So that would probably be what I would think the true value of college is it gives you opportunities, and it's not just classwork and grades and things like that.
Nope. Yeah, unbelievable opportunities. Well, I think this is about it. This is a great podcast. I feel like first one done, and I think it was a great one.
Been infringed.
Like, this is.
That would be funny.
I wouldn't be surprised.
This has been too fun. We thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it. Please go follow her and your social media. Was I pronouncing it?
Candylissy.
Lissy? I think I said Lissy. It's Lissy, yeah.
It's Candylissy.
Yeah, for some reason I don't know. But yeah, please go follow her on her TikToks. She's on the way to 500,000. Hey man, appreciate respect to you. Thank y'all, and hope y'all have a good one.
That was a good one.
That was a very good one.
Oh yeah.